Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time zone it is, whether you're in the world, it is your Lord and Saviour, and we have another unboxing video on the Lore Boy Night channel. This particularly big and heavy chunky thing we're going to be devouring in seconds. And unlike the last few unboxing things that I've done, there's no surprises or spoilers with this. This is the deluxe edition of the Wraith the Oblivion 20th Anniversary Edition Corebook, which most people would have got if they kickstarted it on Onyx Path Kickstarter. That happened many years ago, about nearly 10 years ago now. It might have been a bit more than that. There was a whole development fuck up with that, which I'm not going to go into, but I now have a copy of this book, not through the Kickstarter, mind you. I bought it from a site called Indie Press Revolution that sells a load of TTRPG books and paraphernalia, but it's where Onyx Path sell a lot of their things that aren't print on demand on DriveThruRPG. And inside this we also have the Wraith the Oblivion 20th Anniversary Edition ST screen as well, which we're also going to be taking a look at as well. Now, some of you may be curious why I've decided to purchase this, because as I've mentioned many times before, I have the regular 20th Anniversary Edition Corebook from DriveThruRPG. It's print on demand. You can see it's got many bookmarks on either end, bits of paper, so we have that prestige bookmarkage. And I'm not too sure how well this is going to show up, but you may notice there's a little bump or a ridge. Some of the pages are beginning to fall out just through extensive use, and the quality of the books on DriveThruRPG are not fantastic. That being said, this is the second book in the 6 years I've been buying from them when that has happened. I've heard some very unpleasant horror stories where people have received books all battered and messed up and the whole thing has just fallen apart. I actually had a copy of Mummy the Cursed 2nd edition that had that happen to, but DriveThru are very good at replacing things very quickly and putting your orders as a priority thing so it comes to you as soon as possible. If not, they'll just give you your money back, which is pretty neat. But that's not why I purchased this book. This isn't a replacement, this is on top of, because I'm a fucking huge Wraith the Oblivion nut. My devotion for this game is far greater than Vampire the Masquerade, I think. Like, don't get me wrong, Vampire the Masquerade is all very important to me, but Wraith, it just tickles me in ways that other tabletop role-playing games just can barely dream of. So, if you don't want to hear the story and the context about how I got hold of this book, you can jump to the time code bit in the description below where we're ripping open this box. Otherwise, you can listen to an autistic person who has to fulfill the need of providing context for everything. Technically speaking, this video is a year in the making because Indie Press Revolution, as I mentioned, they're a TTRPG store. Onyx Path put a load of their stuff through there. If it's not print on demand, it's like store-bought quality. I don't know what the proper term is for that, but it feels like a proper book when you go into a shop and you flip through the magazine quality pages, not rather than the thick paper-like stuff that you'd find with DriveThruRPG. And they had a sale going on. And the book, I don't remember what price the book and the ST screen were at the time, because usually the book here is $200 and the ST screen is $20. So together, all of this is $220. Now, because I am based in Britain, England specifically, getting that stuff from America to the UK adds another $100 on top of that, so we're talking $320. And as much as I love Wraith, I'm not going to spend that much money on one book and an ST screen. And I was a bit deflated by that, that I'm never going to get this book and there's only so many copies available on the site. I don't think Onyx Path are ever going to go through the means of restocking them, as it were. Who knows? But anyway, it's a potential thing that I may not get a copy. But it was my partner that found out on the site that Indie Press Revolution distribute to some stores across the world. And there's about 5 or 6 that they deliver to in the UK. And one of them just so happens to be like a 10-minute drive away from me. So I go to my local game store's part of something else and I talk to the people there about it. They don't have a clue what's going on. The manager comes out and sorts it out and said, okay, well, we'll sort that out for you. And I give them the details and whatnot. Fast forward about 4 months and I don't hear from anything. And when I check up on them, I get the manager that comes back and says, "Oh, we don't order from them anymore." Okay, so great. So I missed out on a great sale that I'm probably never going to get again, and there was just no communication. I had to chase you up to do that. Really professional stuff, people. So fast forward a few more months to November-December period of 2024, in the year of our Lord Talos, and Indie Press Revolution have another sale. And I'm going through the shops in the UK and I noticed that there's one in London called Leisure Games. And I'd actually been there last summer with my partner because we were trying to find like different TTRPG stores to mooch around in, and we had been to that one summer, so I knew it well, and I'd actually also purchased a couple of things from them before, so I knew at the very least they would fucking deliver. So, and the reason why I did that is because they would pay for like to import it, and all I would have to do is purchase it. So at this point, the whole package, the book and the ST screen, are $90, which is a bit much and costly. And I'm going to pretend that the ongoing sale, where the book's even cheaper, I'm just going to ignore that stuff going on. But that doesn't matter because in this box is the deluxe edition of the book and the ST screen. So what we're going to do, we're going to unwrap it, we're going to have a look at it, and I think it would also be fun to compare this edition, well, this printing of the book, shall I say, and compare it to my print-on-demand copy just to see what the differences are, and also have a look at the ST screens as well, because you may recall that I did an unboxing video for the second edition screen. The only reason why I did that is because it comes with a book called Buried Secrets, and when I purchased that from a seller on eBay, it turned out to be in perfect condition, like it had never been used. You can actually go and watch the full unboxing thing that's going to appear in a card thing. Yeah, and we're going to compare all those together, and I have the first edition screen as well, which I didn't unbox because it was just the screen. So without further ado, let's unbox this and see how fucking gorgeous the whole thing is. Oh, I was hoping that would just come off in one little bit, but all this tape that's here. Oh, there we go. No, just getting the tape off. You know, if I was sensible, I'd get some scissors, but honestly, this is far more entertaining. Right, okay, so that's out of the way. So we should be able to return back to that. Yes, there we go. That will just go down there for the time being. I trust the dogs won't eat that. It's just that one fucking cunt there. Still, that one fucking bit there. Cheeky bastard. Going to get rid of the invoice, which I've just seen just poking on there. Now everything appears to be in order from the invoice at least. I don't want you to see my private deets. Might have to censor that, but we'll see what happens. God, it's wanting to take off every single bit of fucking tape, except for the one bit that I want to do. Maybe I can just slide it off and hope for the best that way. Okay, so this is working. Oh, you fucking kidding me? There's a bit of tape down there as well. That's okay, because it turns out that this box was concealing another box. So after all that, we've got more unboxing to do. Does this have any deets on it? No, it does not. It's just a blank box with one of those ton bits in different languages. Open here. Just seeing the ST screen just poke on the top there. Well, we'll have a look at the ST screen first because that's the one that's just on top, and we'll get to the book, which you see all in its blackened glory. Okay, so bit cheeky that, because on the site, I don't know how well that's going to appear, it says £8.50. £8 I do have to say, I'm a little disappointed with the quality of this because I thought it would have been a bit sturdier for 20 quid. But then again, maybe I'm just a tight-fisted arsehole. But it feels a lot... It's a cardboard thing for sure, but I was expecting it to be a bit firmer, a bit thicker. But that's fine, because I'll treat this like fucking gold. carefully unwrap that. Tear more of the cellophane rather than just slip it off like a sock. That's fine. Okay, I think there's something that's poking out from here. Like a bit of paper or something. No, it's just not bent over properly. Okay. So that's what the whole thing looks like. We'll do like a proper video shot of this in a moment. There's various bits of artwork that's found within the 20th Anniversary Edition Corebook. It's a thick cardboard for sure. It's portrait. The little fangs at the top there is from Orpheus, the second 20th Anniversary Edition thing. That's quite nice. They can sit on a little desk like that. You know, all the dice and whatnot. You know, roll your dice and whatnot. It doesn't have a lot of Wraith-specific information on it. You've got like Maelstrom damage, falling damage, Shroud rating. You've got some weapon charts in here, which I think is a bit useful. Fog ratings. Because I have the PDF version of this and have had them for some time, I think there could be a bit more information that's on here. Like, it's a very small ST screen for sure. But as I said, we'll have a proper look at it moment with, you know, doing the whole little panorama thing and comparing it to the other ST screens. And I noticed that I've been doing hand gestures the whole time, and you can't see that. But yeah, it's nice. I had thought it would have been a bit thicker, that was all. But it's cool. I'm very glad to own this, although I'm a bit annoyed you got that just sort of... That's not showing up at all. It's not 100% level, which kind of makes me think that it's bent. Anyway, it does look nice, and I'm very happy to have this. It's a very cool ST screen indeed. I was just expecting a bit more, particularly for that price. So if I just lean over awkwardly and pick up awkwardly the book itself. And this, it has a little stick on it that says £82. Wow. Little... Don't know how well that's going to appear. That's pretty good. You've got the little Wraith 20th dot insignia, I guess. But it's layered, so it feels like a button that's just sort of sitting there minding its own business. It's nice and smooth. The front cover has got like this... Can't really see at the moment, but maybe when you take out the cellophane you'll be able to. This sort of like chained engraved thing onto the front cover. It's all completely black. The pages are sort of a shiny silver. It's got a bookmark. Ribbon bookmark, that is. So I think we can start to open it and see what it looks like. And also, it just goes to show a testament to how much I love Wraith, because I'm not interested in getting the 20th, like the deluxe version of the vampire book. But I am with Wraith, and as I'm taking out the cellophane, it smells of chemicals. Particularly the front cover. I'm not too sure what sort of material this is. It's not plastic, it's not like a hardcover thing. Oh, and I've noticed now, I don't know how well that's going to appear, but you can just about make it out. It says Wraith the Oblivion. Got the 2 X's on the top, which obviously is Roman numerals for 20. Wow. I don't know what sort of material that you call this. It's not quite a leather, but it's a sort of plasticky, rubbery sort of thing. And it's... I'm really having to push that along the table, because usually with those ones with little cardboard, they slip, slop, slide around like a bar of soap in a prison shower. But that's thick. That's quite difficult to move into its place. I'm just going to move that table a bit closer towards me, get the cellophane out over there, and open it up. Oh, that's gorgeous. Like the similar sort of artwork on the ST screen. I'll just actually open it up. You get to have a proper look of it before I do, you lucky bastards. Like so. And then I'm presuming the back cover is going to do the same. Oh, it's exactly the same. I thought it would continue the artwork. That is gorgeous. That is fucking gorgeous. It looks like it's stitch bound, so it will last a bit longer. paper quality, it's thick, and some of the pages are sort of sticking together because of the print and the art and whatnot. It's not like a magazine thing, but it's definitely a good paper, and the artwork, for which I have seen many times before in my print-on-demand version and the PDF, it's not as bright and in your face as a PDF would be, as one would expect, because it's all digital and that just generally just pops more, but this definitely feels more natural, I say, and seeing some of the artwork look a lot more natural as well. Because, for example, and I'm going to use this as an example, he says twice, we have that bit of artwork with the, I'm presuming it's a ferryman. It's paired with the ferryman bit, but whatever. The guy on the railways, this isn't appearing very well on camera, but it's sort of a greyish colour with like a tinge of blue, whereas the print-on-demand version, it's like full-on blue-grey sort of thing. Oh, and it's on page 69 as well, which is a rather nice page. That was a complete coincidence, by the way. Wow. And it's also nice when I just open up on a chapter that has on the beginning of a chapter, for example, this one here, there's like that full page artwork there. The art isn't compressed and digitized to shit like it is on the fucking print-on-demand version, because you may recall from my review of that book, that was one of my biggest criticisms with that at the time. Where, actually, I'm going to go to the beginning of the book, because I noticed this from the get-go, this very compressed, digitized look where it's been blown up too much. And yeah, that's not a thing here at all. And yet, that sort of digital aliasing sort of thing isn't present in any other 20th anniversary edition book that Onyx Path have done. It's only a Wraith one, that I'm aware of at least. Wow, it just looks so fucking gorgeous. Like, opening up on the solicitors, again, I'm not sure how well this is going to appear, but it's a lot clearer, it's a lot nicer, the paper quality is fantastic. Wow, fucking gorgeous. It's very classic Onyx Path with its like people-like artwork. I don't know how to describe it, but you know, it's lifelike, obviously, but with a very artistic flair to it. Mark Kelly's work as well. One of my favourite pieces in this book, the representation of the Haunters on page 204. Again, the camera's not really doing it justice, unfortunately, and lighting isn't fantastic here, so I can't really give you a proper comparison, but just take my word for it that I have never seen a 20th anniversary edition print look so good, with the one exception to my German partner's German copy of Law of the Bloodlines, but then again, that's like a proper magazine print, and where the colours just pop and it just has a whole life of its own, like it doesn't feel like awash amongst the paper like it's been heavily compressed. Wow, just honestly, like, I am just blown away by how nice this feels, how gorgeous this looks. I'm just fucking flip-flopping about the pages because it's just, I've seen this book so many times, like, wow. This is fucking beautiful. I love Wraith so much, and I love this book so much, and I love this book so much. Like some of like the older pieces, like we've got these artifact. So even then I'm trying to get the book up and it just sort of wants to bring the table with it. Like some older classic pieces like that, it just has a whole new life on its own. Just how well it's all been preserved and presented. It's so nice to have a look at these pieces as they were intended to be. Just, they're clear, it's not a wash, it's not... Don't get me wrong, because it does look nice in the print-on-demand version, but it's like a clear night and day comparison. Like, there's no competition, like, this is obviously the nicer print. the nicer quality. We've got all the Orpheus stuff on the back as well, which again has a very similar story. We have the index, and this goes on forever, and I think this might have, yeah, the kind words afterwards and all the people that backed it as well, which I don't think's in the print-on-demand version. It may well be. It's been so far that I've had to bother looking into the back. And of course, character sheets at the back as well for the shadow and the main psyche. I'm just going to have a look at that actually to see if it does have all the back of shit there. I'm not even convinced that it does, but as I said, I don't honestly remember. No, it does not. It just goes straight to the character sheet from the index. So there's technically extra content in this version of the book, but if I wasn't clear, because it might not have been, it's the exact same book. It's just a nicer quality artwork, nicer quality paper and the printing, all the same material. It's just how it's presented. It's just in a different book. So, and yet despite that, you probably see that this one looks bigger than that one. I think it's to do with the thickness of the paper, more so than anything else. That sort of causes it to bulk up a little bit like that, but I couldn't tell you. I'm not an expert in that sort of things. This is obviously cheaper to get on Drive-Thru-RPG. In the UK, it's about 44 quid. Thereabouts, between 40 and 50. Obviously, you have to. It will come up on your own particular currency wherever you are in the world. This is considerably more expensive. And I'm going to use this as it was intended. I know a lot of people that they, when they back this, they get like their main book, and then they get this as like a collector's thing just to store, but I probably won't use this one as much as this one, but it's created as a book to play, to run. I'm just taken away by it. I was so excited seeing it this morning, just coming back, walking one of my dogs, and the postman arrives. So we greet each other as we usually do, and he comes up to me, "Can I just hand this to you now so I don't have to go to your doorstep?" And I, for a moment, a bit thrown by this huge fucking box with my name on it, and then I remembered what was coming today. It's just... And yet, despite being smaller, it definitely feels much heavier than this. But I'm just blown away. Just noticing there's a bit of wear on that. Is that just being me flicking through it? I hope not. But yeah, it's really good nick. Leisure Games clearly put a lot of fucking care of sending it over, like the box within the box thing. No damage at all, unlike the last couple of things that I've ordered book-wise. Glossy smooth, really thick. Wow. I love this game so much. I love the setting. I love its themes and its ideas. Like, 90 quid on a book that I already own. And the Storyteller screen as well. I'm not doing that with Vampire. I mean, I'd love to own the V20 Dark Ages Deluxe book, because the cover of that is just a work of art, but you're not going to find me doing that with other edition of books unless like a fucking miracle just like appears before me, and then I'll take it. But yeah, that's the 20th anniversary edition of Wraith Deluxe. And now we should talk about the ST screens that I mentioned earlier on. So before me I have the free ST screens for Wraith the Oblivion, 1st, 2nd and 20th anniversary edition. There was no revised edition, although technically you could argue that 2nd edition was revised Wraith, because it was revising for the 1st edition, and I believe it used the revised edition rule set as well, but potato, it honestly doesn't matter at this point. In case for whatever reason you are hunting around for ST screens, or you're just curious to see what they all look like next to each other, that's what I wanted to do this fun little comparison thing for. We did it with the books, we might as well do it for the ST screens. People tend to get 1st and 2nd edition really fucking confused with each other, partially because they have exactly the same information in them, bar a couple of really small things. Mainly the presentation. I think some of the numbers, like for damage and whatnot is a little different. But this is the first edition screen, which has this sort of bluey grey chain effect with a mask on a Ouija board, and it sort of carries on onto the back, and as one would expect, you open it up and it carries on with the motif there. And it looks really cool. I love the design of the first edition screen more because I feel it captures more of the Wraith feel, just because of the icy, chilly, cold, detached nature of ghosts. And I think the presentation is a little cool as well. Like, it has some of the artwork that's in here. That black and white piece that I showed you earlier on is in the harrowing table here and tells you how those works. And you've got the John Cobb borders around each of the 4 panels as well. So 2 left, 2 right. It's just a lot easier to read, it's straightforward, but yeah, it feels like a Wraith the Oblivion product, because it makes an effort to look nice. Now, second edition has this green look, and the way that Wraith is written out, like the brownie thing, is often used with second edition material. So that's how you know. I don't think there are dates in here, so you're just going to have to go with my word here, my extreme nerdage. And I've talked a lot more about this when I did my unwrapping of this and Buried Secrets. So I won't go too much into now. But it's definitely the most flimsy. Despite being one of the newer ones that I own, technically speaking, it has made more as an effort with the presentation of the artwork. Like, some of the boxes are transparent, some of them are black, and you've got like the John Cobb glyphs in them. It makes certain things stand out a lot more, which is all the combat related stuff, coincidentally, and fog ratings. But I think first edition just sort of takes the biscuit a little bit, just because of that bit more sturdy. Little wobble there. I'm a child. It's a bit more sturdy. I'm not worried about this one breaking, even though this one has clearly been used and opened up a lot more. This, I feel, I just fucking breathe on it incorrectly and it's going to go fucking flying. But so, that's sort of the main differences. First edition, they've got the grey look, green and gold. Really simple stuff, really, but pretty much they're the same ST screen. So, if you feel that you've gotten the wrong one for your game, don't worry, it's not the end of the world. And let's just have one more look at the much. Now that I'm actually holding this against these two, it's closer to the thickness of that one, but it's a bit more sturdy, I feel like. If we put them into toughness category, it'll be 20th first, then second. But yeah, this is a lot more thicker, actually, now I say. It's a lot thicker cardboard. I did presume it was going to be nicer. Still, I was expecting something more on the lines of what 5th edition did with the vampire screen there, like a real thick plastic sort of thing. But no, this works just as well. And as I said earlier on, it fits nicely, it's small, it has all the same information and experience points that's there. It's just, it's a bit compact, I feel, and I think with another couple of pages it could have like added some more details on there. Because I feel that 20th would have needed that. Like what first edition did. The player's guide for first edition Wraith had a whole chapter that was just dedicated to the Arcanoi, and it would have been nice if there was like a couple of pages or a page that just condensed everything down, maybe, or it came with a little booklet that had all that stuff on there, just because of how fucking horribly the Arcanoi are presented in there, and it's in its most confusing format as well. So it would have been nice, you know, to have that expanded a bit more, and they could have put some other themes on there, but it does what it needs to do. It has all the basic information that you need on there, like combat and fog, shroud ratings and all the rest of it. And I am very glad to have that, because I am going to be running more Wraith 20th edition, and that ST screen is going to be very useful. It will just save me a bit of legwork, opening up a little book thing that I have that has got a load of handouts in it, when I can just grab the ST screen, open that and refer to it like a book and have all that information that's there, because I'm a weirdo like that. Also, as I said, I'm a massive Wraith the Oblivion nut, and I was desperate to have the physical version of the ST screen, which you won't really see me doing with Vampire. Probably because I know Vampire at the back of my hand and I don't need it, but I wasn't too excited or buzzed by the Vampire ST screens, for 20th Anniversary Edition at least. Maybe some of the older ones if they appear in my life and I go and get them, but I haven't hunted those down. Hunted that down. And again, with the Wraith Corebooks, which are pretty heavy, I just love it. And you may be wondering, well, how does it look like compared to first and second edition of Wraith? I don't own original prints of that. I have print-on-demand copies, so I think it's not a fair comparison. Like, if you purchased a book from Drive4RPG, you kind of know the quality that you're getting there. I mean, we've already talked about it with the 20th anniversary edition one there, so yeah, I don't think that's a pretty fair comparison, especially with the printing of the second edition one, where it's a bit shit. But, you know, knowing my knowledge of the original prints of first and second Wraith, that still takes the biscuit by a long while. It's still professional, still nicely made. It's just, this obviously goes above and beyond to present the material in that one in a much nicer format with... It's just... I just love this so much. And I'm so glad that I can now have a book that just complements my soul. No, all jokes aside, just... I'm so happy to have this. I want to give a huge thank you to Leisure Games for actually doing the job that they were supposed to do and order this and keeping me in the loop, or at least telling me that it was going to happen and telling me that they were going to ship it, not making me chase up and do it. Thanks to Indie Press Revolution for delivering it over and hosting this and so many other books. This isn't a sponsored thing, by the way. This is just me just letting people know I'm just really appreciative. And it's not often that I'm thankful of the shops. Not that I'm not usually grateful, it's just... I think we've established that I am so chuffed to have this very expensive book in my collection. Definitely up there in my top 5 TTRPG books that I own. For sure. Maybe in the top 3. So, my dear viewers, do you have this book, or any of the other deluxe White Wolf books that Onyx Path did? Because I know that some of you got quite a lot of them, and I know that some of you actually had the money to purchase more than one version of this, the last sale that they had, which I think is a little greedy. But regardless, let me know all the deluxe edition books that you may well have, or other limited edition prints of other tabletop games that you have. And if you're somebody that hasn't been unable to get a book like this, I'm not going to exclude you because that will just get very snobby. Just tell me a TTRPG book that you really like, that you're glad that you have in your possession. It doesn't matter how big it is, small it is, or expensive. Let's just share our love for the TTRPG books that we have as a collector's piece, or something that we just enjoy using a lot. Let's just talk all things tabletop role-playing games in the comments below. Now, if you want to purchase various Wraith the Oblivion Other World of Darkness books from Drive4RPG, regardless to what you may feel about the condition of the pages that are coming out of this book, Drive4RPG is a fantastic place to buy games, honestly. Like, some of the older stuff is very difficult to find secondhand because either nobody wants them and people chuck them out, or they're so loved and nobody's going to get rid of them. So Drive4RPG and the Storyteller's Vault, its sister site, has some of those books on print-on-demand form. So whilst it's not as top-notch as like a proper, legitimate store-bought book, you're still able to use those books in your games. And if not in a physical form, you can get them as a PDF as well, which makes them a wonderful source as well. And that's causing a glimmer on my glasses. So, if that does interest you and you want to like build up a library of World of Darkness stuff, what you can do is go to Drive4RPG, and in the description of this video you'll find a magic affiliate code link. If you copy and paste that into the URL of any book you buy on Drive4RPG or the Storyteller's Vault or the DM's Guild or anything like that, I get some of the money back because I'm an affiliate on Drive4RPG, and I'm able to provide more awesome content like this and run cool games for you, because I know there's some people that want me to run more Wraith the Oblivion for you and more Vampire. Some people want me to run Mage the Ascension for them now due to my recent discovery of how cool the system really is now that I don't hate it as much. I can go and check out that video that's going to appear somewhere for you to watch as well. So if you want me to do things like that and provide more awesome content like that, the best way to support the channel is with that affiliate code stuff that I just mentioned. And as I said, it can be with any book that's on Drive4RPG. It doesn't have to be World of Darkness, it doesn't have to be Chronicles of Darkness, any one at all. So have fun buying books to bolster your libraries and gaming experience, and it allows me to provide you some content for free, which I think is a pretty poggers relationship to have with us, really. But if you can't do that, that's absolutely fine, because no times are hard and all of that, and the orange man that's sort of serving as the president of the barely United States of America is fucking everyone up the wazoo. So what you can do instead, and what you definitely do regardless, is like this video, subscribe to the Law by Night channel, and share this video with everyone and anyone that would love what I do, and I'll see you on the next upload, whatever that may well be for you. And I'm going to go and flick through this book a lot more, take cool pictures of it, and share my love of Wraith with people online. And edit this video together. So until next time, farewell.
you